champ is here, loved by many, hated by few, respected by all, second to none. Second to none. This radio podcast show is the best radio podcast show from Como. If you're from Fort Worth, you know where Como's at, to the Congo. And if you're part of the world and you're looking at this on fbrn.us, you should know where the Congo's at. And if you don't know, you need to ask somebody. Again, this show loved by many, hated by few, respected by all, second to none. So that's what we're talking about today. We're going to be talking about a documentary. We got a lot to cover in a short period of time. I'm looking right here on Instagram right now, Ed Gray 1906, Ed Gray 1906. Some people know a little bit something about that. She got eyes just got brightened up all of a sudden. But, you know, we're going to be talking to some people here for the documentary about Edwin Douglas, my boy, Edwin Douglas. And also I'll be having some call-ins from some folks that are running for office. Elisa Simmons running for office to be the county commissioner over in Fort Worth. I think she knows a little something about some pink and green. I think she does. But we also have Judge John Cruzo running for district attorney, running for re-election for district attorney. He'll be calling in again. And Deborah Peoples will be calling in as well. So that's what we got going on. I'm going to have to let all of the folks know, such as the Honorable Eric Wilson. Honorable Eric Wilson, you know, I'm going to ice up for you, man, just like that. But I'm going to have to tell you to go ahead and tune in on Facebook Live and Twitter, EdGray 1906 on there. So that's it. See you guys later. All right, that's how we open the show up, as we always do. Hey, we're very happy to have you here, Brother Edwin Douglas, and Miss Bridget Vinson Oneal. How you doing?
I'm wonderful, thank you.
All right, okay. So you didn't expect to hear all that just like that?
I did not.
No, it just the whole attitude and vibe completely changed because Gabe had that slow music going for a minute, you know. I mean, how can I get hyped when he playing the slow music to get me down like that, you know? But we're so glad to have you here, and we're so glad to have Edwin Douglas here as well. So, hey, I know why you're here. People need to know why you're here. Why you here?
Well, not just myself, but myself and Miss Bridget Vinson Oneal. We've been working together for the last 3 years since the pandemic, 2020, for her annual night of comedy and music, and little poetry. And this time, since we're out of the pandemic, myself will be performing as well. 2 other artists. That's also Akeem, and as well as her kinfolk, Kane Vinson, as the music.
Hakeem?
No, Akeem.
That's the dude that's doing the
poetry. Yes, sir.
You related to him?
No.
Oh, okay.
She related to Kane, the
Okay,
young brother that's
okay,
doing
okay, the young
music.
brother. Okay.
But
all right.
speaking of that, the documentary, my performance, will come out of next Saturday at the African American Museum Theater in Fair Park, Dallas, Texas. But before we go any further, let Miss Bridget Oneal explain to everyone the purpose of the annual event.
Okay, tell me what's up.
Great. I'm the executive director and founder of First Choice Social Services, which is a nonprofit agency where we work with the offenders of domestic violence along with substance abuse outpatient, and we also provide we're going to provide a 24-bed facility for children that are aging out of foster care. So it's a fundraiser for next Saturday, the night of comedy, spoken word, and music. And that will be our fundraiser to help us to raise funds to open the 25-bed facility for children aging out of foster care.
Aging out of foster care.
Yes.
All right. So that's good because, when do you age out of foster care?
At the age of 16, 17, and in some cases 18, but they start as young as 16. And once they age out, if they hadn't gotten adopted, then they give them a little bit of money and let them go.
Wait a minute, hold on. So you're 16 years old. No one's picked me. What happens? Again,
Throughout the child protection services system, many of the children will at that point age out, meaning no one has adopted them. They have maybe reached 12th grade and completed school, and then they're either free to go. If they're still in a foster home,
They're free to go.
they're free to leave
At
the
16.
system. Yes,
You're free to go. You can say, hey, I'm out.
yes.
Okay. That says a lot about American society right now. 16.
16.
Okay. But you're not grown though.
No.
But you
But
free
they
to leave.
can make a choice to leave their foster home or leave the system.
Okay. All right. How did you get involved in that?
Well, I've always worked with families. I'm a licensed social worker, so I've always worked with families, but I got involved in working with domestic violence in 1993. And so once I did that, it made sense because a lot of the violence that was happening, it was a correlation between alcohol, drugs, and a lot of times those families, maybe the victim used some type of substance to cope with the violence. And then in some cases, the perpetrator had been drinking during the incident. But we know that that does not cause domestic violence. And I know that we wanted to help the whole family, so we have programs in place to do so.
What programs do you have in place?
We have, for the offender of domestic violence, we have the Battering Intervention and Prevention Program, which is called BIP. And that program is accredited through the state of Texas. Many of the clients that come through that program have used some form of violence against their intimate partner. And they are required either by the state, by probation, parole, court systems to attend this 24-week program. And we also have a partner advocate program which helps the victims and children, and it's free to them for counseling services. And then we started our marijuana intervention and prevention program. That's our substance abuse. We do alcohol and drug assessments, as well as the drug offender education program.
Now, how did you get involved in that?
In the substance abuse piece of it, because we saw
All of it. I
all
mean,
of
just
it.
yeah. I mean, really. I mean, you got about 2-3 different things you're going through.
Yes, we do, because I have the passion of working with people, and I had cousins in my family that I've seen abused by their boyfriends, their
Okay,
husbands.
now we get into it.
Yes,
I mean, because you said you was, because I'm paying close attention, despite the fact you're looking at me, look at my phone, because what I'm trying to do is, Gabe, do you have the clip for her? Okay, good. Want to make sure that we have the clip for you on YouTube.
Yes.
So that's what I'm looking at, your
Okay,
YouTube clip. So
okay.
we want to make sure we have your YouTube clip to be shown on Facebook, so you guys can know what she's talking about.
Yes.
So let me go back to the conversation. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm okay. All right, I like to play to the camera.
Okay.
All right. So now, that being said, I'm always interested in why people do what they do. I think that's one of the most important questions that an interviewer has with that, because you can't get information unless you know why they do it. Like kids, you remember when we were kids, say, why is that? Why do you do that?
Yes.
Why do you do that? And they said, why you keep asking questions? And what do you tell them? I want to know. So why, you're a licensed professional in this, so it had to be something to spark your interest for you to say, I want to do that. And you just said you witnessed this and you saw that.
Yes, with my cousins. And I didn't understand why, though, and then we talked about why the women stayed. That was a question that I had to ask her. And she gave me a lot of different answers. I love him. I want the relationship to work. I stay for the children. And I was going through a master's program, and I decided to...
Where about?
At Capella University.
Okay.
And I decided to work with the offenders, because I needed to understand what was going on with them. Why are you using violence against women? And that's when I started to really see where my passion lies. Yes, I love working with the victims, but if we want domestic violence to end, we have to go to the source. and the sources with the perpetrators.
Now, Bridget, when I saw the clip earlier, it seemed like you had a bunch of men in the classroom.
Mhm.
How does that feel as a woman dealing with the men that are going through that? Because they're there too. They're in this. They perpetrating these
Right.
things.
Right.
You know, how does that feel?
It was, at first, it was a little uncomfortable.
Right.
Because here I am, a woman with all these men, and it ranged between 10 to 14 men in a group.
Are you the only
setting,
woman in there?
And I was the only woman in there.
Okay.
However, I knew that I loved what I did, so I was always prepared because, of course, we use a curriculum and everything, and so I was always prepared, and it just became natural. I was very much genuine in the respect of wanting to work with them, wanted to understand what was the reason for using violence against women. And they gained a different perspective because when the men was the ones facilitating them, then they could go, oh yeah, man, you understand what it's like. But when it was a woman telling them, they were getting a different perspective. Me saying to them, it's never okay to call a woman out of her name. What if you I said, how many of you have daughters? They raised their hand. What would happen if you heard her boyfriend call her out of your name?
And they said they
name?
was going to kill them or hurt them.
Exactly, exactly. So I could connect with them on that level, and it worked. And one of the things about working with a group of men is other men holding other men accountable for their violence.
So you have other men other men, obviously, you have the other men that are in that program
Yes.
holding
Each other
accountable.
accountable. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. You notice how you're not a man, so you're not the other. I hate when people do that. I'm not the other. So why you say that?
Yes.
So anyway, I want the folks that are listening in. Have you ever been on the show before?
No.
You ever
Not
have
just-
seen the show before?
No.
Oh,
just
this
my
is a new
first time.
person. This
Yes.
is good. So, well, anyway, we're not going to go ahead and haze her or anything like that because there are no hazing. We don't do that. But what we will do, we will show you the clip from YouTube. How can they look at the clip on YouTube? They follow you on YouTube.
Well, they can go to my website for sure, and then the website is firstchoicesocialservices.org, and then also on the YouTube is First Choice Social Services.
They can join and follow as you
Yes.
give updates, right?
Yes.
All right. All right. Let's see one of the latest updates. All right. Gabe, hit the clip.
By Bridget, Vinson, Oneal, September 27, 2013. She is dedicated to helping families live a lifestyle free of violence and break the cycle of generational abuse.
I created this agency to promote a healthy lifestyle change through accountability, respect, education, and to cultivate a better choices in the lives of families we serve that are affected by domestic violence, substance abuse, and teen homelessness.
85% of all domestic violence victims are women. A majority of these domestic violence cases comes from the hands of a man.
First Choice helped that by holding the men accountable for the violence that they use, and then ensuring that they get the necessary tools that they need to live a productive, violent-free lifestyle.
Clients have access to these tools through the Battery Intervention Prevention Program, otherwise known as BIP. First Choice Social Services believes the victims are not only the partner of the abuser, but also the kids, young boys and girls who have to cope with an aggressive model of love. This is why First Choice offers other programs such as life, adult, and teen anger management classes, drug and alcohol classes, while also providing substance abuse screening and assessment with future plans for residential services for homeless teens.
First Choice Social Services is committed to opening Carrington's Place, a 25-bed facility for children that are aging out of foster care. And Carrington's Place is actually a name from my child that I lost 17 years ago. And so I want her legacy to continue. And with Carrington's Place, we can offer children a safe and loving environment.
Your generosity and giving can build more programs to help with the cycles of abuse. Visit firstchoicesocialservices.org/donate to contribute now.
All right, we're back. All right, thank you for sharing that with us, Ms. Oneal. We appreciate that. I'm on YouTube quite a bit, and I know you ladies and gentlemen, you're on YouTube with me. You following me on YouTube. Let's get these numbers up there. Follow me on YouTube. It's Ed Gray, the Commish Radio, and we also will put this on Roku as well. And Gabe, we still got a Spotify account open. Yeah, I want to make sure we got the spot. That was just a shameless plug for Spotify and what else are other ones. Go do the shout outs for me, right quick.
Music, Amazon Music, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, and Google Podcasts.
That's it. We just deactivated our MySpace account last week, so we're not there anymore.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, we just couldn't get past all the loud graphics and everything. We just couldn't get past that. But I still can't get past 16 years old, and you can make a decision like that.
Yes.
Foster care, back again on that foster care.
Yes.
And now, how did you get involved in that?
One of the reasons that we also wanted to create a safe place for children is that many of the clients that we have, their children was placed in foster care during the time that the incident happened with the abuse. And if they don't follow the service plan set forth by Child Protection Services, they may lose their rights to their children. And then the children ends up in foster care, and if no one do what they need to do to get out, then those kids end up aging out of foster care.
So it's quite possible for someone to be in an abusive relationship. The people from Child Protective Services say this person doesn't need to be there.
Yes.
They put them in a foster care environment.
Yes.
This person's 14 years old, 15, turns 15 the next year, and then 16, they say they age out, and then they ask a 16-year-old that was in a home with somebody that was in a very difficult situation.
Yes.
And they, in turn, can say, I'm out.
Yes. Yes. Or in some cases, 16-year-olds may run away because they turn 16, I don't want to be here anymore, and they'll run away from the foster home. And so they'll run away to the street. It's not
And
that
now we
they're
have a
running
different
away.
situation.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
And they become homeless
Okay. Or human traffic,
or human traffic.
where we lead the nation in human trafficking in Dallas-Fort Worth.
Yes, we do.
Okay. All right. All right, that was our plug. Now, people are looking now, they're going like, dang, I didn't know that. You come to the show, you'll learn something. Not because we think you don't know, it's because we learn it ourselves. I just stated that I've learned some things as well. So how did you get involved with Mr. Douglas?
He was, actually, I was on Facebook, and I decided I wanted to do a fundraiser comedy show. And I had followed him on Facebook, and I reviewed some of his clips, and I thought he was funny, and so just happened to reach out to him. Didn't know how much he would cost or whatever, and when I did, he was like, yes, I would love to. And he said, I want to give back to my community, and he said, I'm not going to charge you anything to do this. He said, I believe in what you're doing, because he vetted me as well.
He vetted you.
And he said,
How did he vet you?
Watching everything and talking to people that may have known me or known the agency.
So you came out here, you didn't vet me. You didn't even. I asked you a minute ago. That's why I asked you all those questions about. So you didn't know nothing about me, and you still
I did
came.
not until I trust
You trust
Mr.
him.
Douglas. So.
Oh well. Okay. Oh well.
Uh-oh.
Oh well. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
And so,
He knows my father, so he know I'm good.
okay.
So if
Yeah,
he follow my father, then he knows.
As a matter of fact, I think you were one of my first guests. I've been having this podcast. This is the last year, 2023. We plan on reformatting. This is our last year doing this format.
okay.
But
I never thought about that. You were my first,
hey, you
and
one of the last.
they're gonna be the last
Yeah.
before we walk away.
Yeah.
That's a decade.
Yeah. Whole
A whole
decade.
decade.
I mean, even Gabe, he didn't know nothing about it. He's the producer of the show. You don't know that.
His job is to follow instructions.
Yeah, that's right.
That's it.
He got. I think he has one. Speaking of following instructions, you just did a documentary, right? I mean,
Yes. And not only that, it's amazing. A lot of people don't know. For those who is watching, Ed Gray is the narrator of the documentary film. Also, Miss Bridget Oneal. Vinson Oneal is in the
There you go. You
documentary
put
as
that
well.
on there. I wrote it
Oh, yeah.
down.
Oh, yeah.
Tell me to write it down. I
So,
got it right now. She
there's a
told me
whole-
how to spell it.
Yes, you did.
She said not with a B,
See,
with a V. So yeah.
And
But with the-
my
but-
dad taught me well.
but with the documentary, it actually comes from the book. I knew that the film going to take place one day, and I had to go back and do my homework, as we all said before, that Ed Gray, I was one of his first, so I had to make sure he be a part of the documentary
That's it.
film.
I mean, that's it. Well, I'm glad that you have me in your documentary because that I get a credit now for that, right?
Yes, sir. Everyone that was in the film will get a credit.
Oh, good.
Yes, everyone.
Because
Everyone.
now I got that credit for Texas Voodoo Zombies, right, Gabe? Have you ever seen the IMDb credit for that? You saw it?
You showed it to me.
Oh man, yeah. You want to see it again? So now I get another one now. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Well, Gabe, do you happen to have the clip for Mr. Douglas's documentary? Let's pull that up. Let's see it.
Yeah, you heard me. Yep, you heard me. Okay, you heard me.
I am comedian Edwin Douglas.
I am comedian Edwin Douglas.
And I am comedian Edwin Douglas.
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 This is your boy. I am comedian Edwin Douglas. You heard me? Yay, yay!
Like, hey, yeah, you heard me. Yep, you heard me.
Then the second one, we was in Arlington.
Right.
That was a lot more spacious.
Right, right. That was-
And this is my third.
Yeah, but you missed
Visit.
one spot. We were at the ballpark. We were at the ballpark. We had a,
That was in Arlington.
yeah, no, we had
Had another one.
no. We were actually at the ballpark.
Oh, at the ballpark.
yeah.
Okay,
You
okay.
look
I missed that
outside. That was we were on the third floor of the stadium. So you look
Okay.
outside. We were on the patio.
one. When it was like 2016, 2015.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay,
After
okay.
10 years, they all
10 years.
kind of
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
So why did you decide to become a comedian?
Oh man, everybody loves.
You
this
didn't have
story.
to- you-
Well, no. Everybody loved this story. I decided to become one after I saw Shucky Ducky, Steve Harvey, and a lot of great comedians like Junebug and that Lee. And so when I decided to do it, at the time I was married, the same club where Vukure was,
Yeah.
it was Club Diamond.
Wait, hold on a second. She's just nodding her head. Bridget's nodding her head. Were you there at Vuku Ray and all that back
I
then?
heard about Vuku.
You heard it? Why you saying I heard about Vuku Ray? Gabe now wants to go now because the way you say I heard about Vuku Ray. So
But at that time, promoter said, "I think this is a moment. This is your moment." And so I said, "Okay." So I didn't know what was going to happen. Step out on faith, and so at that time, when I walked inside the club and realized the club was full of women and all the guys were outside, so I asked for the promoter.
oh man,
I said, "Man, if all the fellas outside and all the women inside, who am I open up for?" And he said, "Some male strippers."
oh you opened up male stripper.
And he said, "You want to do this or not? This is your moment."
Oh, but he didn't say it like that. Though.
Yeah.
He was like
Because
bounce, man. Because you're in the hood, though, right?
Yeah, right.
Okay,
Right.
so you know we ain't like calm like that. You know,
And
you gonna do this or what?
You gonna do this or what?
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, he was my frat brother, so I was like, I said, okay.
So he used some abusive words. To
Well,
you. I mean, that's
wasn't
what we do.
It wasn't abusive,
No,
but
of
he
course
was
not, because we've heard him
he
before.
was using it as, okay, you gonna do this or what? You know, this is your
Oh,
moment.
that's too calm.
Right,
Edwin.
right.
Come on, man.
But at the same time, so when at that moment, I thought the ladies knew I was a comedian.
they thought you
And they
was
thought I was a stripper.
Oh.
So at that time, I was going by the name House Party.
You was going by house
Yeah,
party.
going by House Party. And
House
so,
party. House
so-
party the stripper.
So when I
Okay,
step
this story
out,
is getting interesting.
and so when I step out,
I feel like training day. Okay, house
there,
party.
there you go.
Okay,
There you go.
Okay.
And so
All
when
right.
I step out and grab the mic and I heard them chanting, I'm not gonna say the whole word. Take that blank off. Take that blank off. And I said, wait a minute, hold up. They think I'm a stripper. So I saw this young lady closer by the stage. So
Hey, you got some strip music, man? Go play some.
No, the song that they played, dun 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 dun. How you know? Because I told you so by Master P. So when I thought, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and mix it up. So I act like I was gonna take my clothes off, but I didn't. And grabbed the lady, close to me, and then gave her a little quick lap dance for like 2 minutes.
You gave her a lap dance.
Kind of, sort of, just kind of mix it up a little bit.
Okay.
And then after that, 2 more
So
minutes.
where you go to church at, Edwin?
Oh, well, if you really want to know, I'm not afraid to say it. But anyway, and then another 2 minutes with jokes, and they laugh, and that's when I got my 5-minute fame. And that's when I decided I want to be a stand-up comedian.
Okay. All right. And then, how long were you a stand-up comedian when I first met you?
Oh, God, it was 2002, so technically this past March has been officially.
When I first met you over at the
Yes.
the hood.
The hood, Oak Cliff.
Yeah, okay.
And
The
so it's been
hood
officially
commission.
20 years now.
Okay.
20 years, 2 decades.
And when you came on the show, I think I met you through Facebook or something like that. Right?
Yeah, you reached out to me and, hey, is Mr. Crease your dad?
No, that was afterwards.
But how did we?
No, I
what was
think
your
it was-
first question?
No, that was about you being a comedian.
Okay.
Yeah.
But I believe that was your first question.
No, it
when-
wasn't about your dad at all. I didn't
Okay,
find out
okay.
about your dad till we had been friends for several years.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you about dad in a minute.
Okay.
I'm gonna keep you involved in the story. We don't look like we just talking.
Right.
I want you to do you like that. And then at the show, when you came on, I introduced you to another comedian who was.
Quack, shucky,
There you go.
ducky.
So the first time you came on the show, I had you with Shucky Ducky.
Yes, sir.
So yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So that's
Yes,
the
sir.
way. That's the way I do things. I roll like that. A lot of people don't know that Shucky Ducky was one of the members of the Commish Radio Show.
Yes,
when
he
we first started.
was. And the first comedian from Oak Cliff, Dallas, Texas.
Yeah.
Not Nanette Lee, but
Yeah.
Shucky Ducky, quack,
Yeah.
quack.
That's a little bit of history for you in that 10-year reunion when we come back. See, hey, that's it. So we say, that's like one of those trivia questions. Can you name the original members of the Commish Radio Show? Which Commish Radio Show host was a stand-up comedian? You go like, I think the Commish is funny. Then someone said, I don't think he's funny at all. See, then it comes like, Shucky Ducky. Wow, I didn't know that. Yeah. Now, your father, I didn't realize he was your father until, well, after, obviously, you told me he had passed, but it's like, yeah, his father was a great man at Atwell, back in the day when we had what they call middle schools, junior high schools. Yeah, junior high schools. And he had us to do the Pledge of Allegiance and learn the Pledge of Allegiance and not Pledge of Allegiance, learn the Constitution. All the amendments of the Constitution. And all that. You know.
And see, Ed is a little before me. I'm not going to say how many years.
No, don't worry about it, man.
I knew that as while they were when we were teaching them. I had to know that. I had to do it every day.
He used to say it. He used to say, I got a son know this, and y'all gonna learn it. Y'all gonna learn it. Look off and everything, get mad and everything. Like,
so that was 1977.
Yeah.
I was like,
yeah, exactly. It was 70s.
I was in the 7th grade.
76, 77, yeah.
No.
I remember that.
If that was 76, then, man, I was like in the 3rd grade, man. 3rd, 4th grade. He had me, man, he was hazing.
He was hazing. There was no
He was hazing back in the 70s.
Yeah, he was hazing. He said, yeah, he was a good man because he would cry when he would say, "We the people," and he would say,
Yes, sir.
Yeah, you remember that?
Yes, sir.
He said that don't. He said, y'all don't understand what that means. He told us, and we were like, oh, we like little kids, like, you know, 7th, 8th grade. So we're like, man, why is he crying? And then we got to listening to him. He slammed it again and say, you don't understand that they didn't mean this for you.
That's right.
They didn't mean this for you. So that means something. You're gonna learn this. And I know what it was. I posted that on Facebook.
You sure did. You sure did.
And there was a long string of people who were saying he had us do that too. He had us do that too. And then Edwin said that was my father. I was like, oh
That's
man.
it. That's it.
Oh man.
That's it.
Gabe, what other clip we got?
Those are the only 2 clips.
Those are the only 2 clips. Okay. So what we're going to go ahead and do, we're at 4:50. We have the next hour. We have some folks that will be calling in, and you guys are free to hang out for a little bit, see how the rest of the show goes, and everything. But tell us again as we go to a close how we can get in touch with you, Ms. Oneal, and also the great event that's going to be happening November 12th at the African American Museum. That means she's going to have to say the same thing again. This is what it's called. We're just putting it embedded into you so you can say, okay, we said it again. So that's what we're doing. Okay.
You can reach me at firstchoicesocialservices.org or 972-468-0631, 972-468-0631. And we're also hosting a comedy night. So come out and support Mr. Edwin Douglas and support First Choice Social Services. African American Museum tickets are still on sale, and so we look forward to a great evening to support a wonderful cause.
Tell them where to get the ticket.
You can get the tickets on Eventbrite and under First Choice Social Services as well.
Please come out and support this event. I'm going to make you guys laugh. I'm going to talk about things that happened during the pandemic, after the pandemic. I'm going to give you some black history stuff. We're going to be in the African American Museum inside the Fair Park. I'm going to get my laugh on. Please come on in. Get your ticket. You got no other place to go. I know other things are going on, but you need to get your soul fed with laughter, laughter. Please support myself and Mr. Kane Vinson and also Akeem.
Stroop.
Like, not shoot, but
Stroop.
There you go. There you go.
Stroop. Okay.
Yes.
We got you. All right. You've been listening to the Commish Radio Show. We will come back with our election special, with our special call-ins. But, hey, I'd like to thank our guests for coming by I appreciate it.
Thank you.
And we
Yeah,
appreciate you.
Yes.
Keep up the good job. Keep up the good work. And if I would have known this was your last,
Oh, this ain't the last show. We got
I
one
think my
more
last
season.
season.
I'm going out like
Kind of like I
Kareem
did.
and Abdul
Oh,
Jabbar.
okay,
I'm,
okay,
you know,
okay,
you know,
okay,
I'm
okay.
just going out, you know.
Okay.
Just going out. We'll just go out and have a series of laughs.
Okay,
You know, that's what we
gotcha,
talk
gotcha,
about.
gotcha.
All right.
I look forward
All
to
right.
it.
Then. All right. Thank you for coming by.
Thank you.
And thank you for listening in. We'll see you back in the next hour. All right. Let's play some music and we're out.
This is John Creuzot, your Democratic candidate for District Attorney for Dallas County.